So appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for stopping by. About 10 minutes out of the Upper Yoder Township Supervisors meeting. Don't know what I'm gonna talk about tonight. I haven't decided yet. So appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for watching. And as always, yeah, thanks. So here is the agenda. Curious to know if the audio is any better if I'm mic'd. And I have a mic also. Sorry about that. Hello. There you go, dog.
Mr. Klanch.
How you doing, buddy? Thank you.
Oh, cute. It's all dead down. I'm gonna get out of the fire line here.
Well, that's good. That's good, Dave.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad to hear that you got some satisfaction.
You know, I'm gonna tell you something. You know, yeah. Oh, you know. It's not always pleasant to see you. Not only any Cadillac lights either.
And I went down to the store and I picked up a new one. I don't even remember the name. They go, it's over there. And I think they're sending over the bottle, like over $100 a bottle.
Yeah. What's that? Yeah, I'm on now. I'm gonna go see if there's any tissue.
You know what it tastes like?
Yes, you guys have what I need.
We do. What do you need?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Probably we need more agenda.
No.
We're running low.
Nope. Don't need any more of those. I got
Get more of those.
good on the agenda. Just not good on the snot running down my nose.
Season, yes, it is.
It's cold. That's why.
And it was warm and now it's cold again and it's bad sometimes.
Feels good.
Bring in fall.
Oh, we got a podium. Nice. Oh yeah, always. Always. Excuse me. What's up, Mark? Good.
One's quicker than the other. I was squeaking one and squeaking the other one.
Oh, sorry, this might have been blocking somebody's view. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's illegal. Yeah, I know. Jesus. Well, no, the meeting hasn't started yet. So. Fun. Good times. I should probably be sitting here speaking for all my. You know what I love? I love how many people come to these meetings, just to see the shit being stirred. You know, they're not coming here for any other reason than just to see what kind of shit's going on. I mean, they're not here to like contribute to anything. I mean, you know, maybe they want to bitch, but I don't know what their whole deal is. Let's see. Maybe, probably. This mic's not on yet, by the way. The one on my chest is, but the one you're gonna see again. You like it? I didn't get a chance. I glanced over. I didn't get a chance to read it, but I will. I was running around all day. I mean, I had stuff to do. I had doctor's appointments and. Resolution. That should be gone.
I know. I heard that violated the First Amendment.
Wonder why they're putting these back on the agenda again. I'm getting arrested tonight, everybody. Hey, everybody. How much police presence here? It's just Dawn, right? Just Dawn here tonight, right? Okay. Better ask them. Dawn, do you have official orders to arrest me tonight? What's that? Well, no, because usually when they staple this to the back of the agenda, that means I'm getting arrested. Okay, just making sure. I mean.
Oh yes, that's forbidden.
Yeah, last year. Yeah, last year was February, right? It was a February meeting. Yeah, last year in February. Yeah, it was. I got surrounded by four guys and. Hey, you're asking for a lot now, man.
We got down just below when we turned to go in.
Yeah, it is. Coldest day of March. Yeah, it was. It was nicer earlier today. It was a little rainy, but it was a little nicer today.
Oh, yeah, they have a yellow tape.
Yeah, so I said, so we turned around, like it's not a big push. We got out of it. We just crossed where I always waited home my house. And it's limited because just the theater section. So I'm gonna have to cancel it. There's a tree across my left. So I said, I was just gonna call you for the very same reason. So like I said, then we pulled in, I wasn't even home 5 minutes. And I looked, and right next to it. And going on, I didn't see anything looking out the window at first. Then, I started, see what was going on.
That must be the official clock. Official.
Yeah. That was on the bottom of the road. So we had a mess there in the street for, 2 days.
Two-minute warning. 2-minute warning. This is the 2-minute warning. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the 2-minute warning. I'm gonna start the shit show right away. Just you wait. Oh, I mean, that's why I said 2-minute warning. You're gonna see. You will see. I'm going to kiss the ring. You'll see. You'll see what I'm gonna do. Yep, you'll like it. You'll like it. Before. No Doge. Ed, before you call the meeting to order, I have a question for you. No, seriously, before you officially call the meeting to order, because it says in resolution number 963 that I'm supposed to ask you for express permission. You mind if I put my extra mic on the podium? Is that okay? Thank you.
After the pledge, we remain standing for a moment of silence for Vern Green. Vern Walker was killed by a chairman of our sewer authority, and he unfortunately was killed in February in a snowmobile accident. So I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Approval of the agenda. Second, I move the second all in favor. Okay. Approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of February 20th.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
I move the second all in favor. Opposed? Okay. Public comment on the agenda items only. The public has the right and opportunity to comment on any agenda item only at this time. Time limit is 3 minutes per person. Per resolution number 963 dated 1/18/24.
Do you want me to read that now?
No.
Okay.
Approval reports of secretaries.
I wanted to speak if nobody else, would anybody else like to speak about anything on the agenda? Yes, it is about the agenda items. Yes, I do want to speak about something on the agenda. Thank you. Let me podium. See, way we're doing this month now. Okay.
Please state your name and your address.
My name's John Klanchar, and my address is Southmont. First of all, appreciate all the pomp and circumstance for this, but I was wondering if you all could explain, and if you don't know what it is exactly, because I'm sure a lot of people in the public have some questions specifically about what and not just in Upper Yoder Township, but in other municipalities regarding this, the West Hills Comprehensive Plan, because there's a lot of talk about that going on in several municipalities, and a lot of people don't know what it is. Okay, and I'm wondering if maybe somebody could explain in general what that is, because a lot of some people think that it's a consolidation of all of the townships up here, or the boroughs, or whatever and that's what it sounds like on paper. So if anybody could, if you guys could give some clarity to that would be super. That's what I wanted to speak about the agenda items today. And I'll be back for the non-agenda items at the end of the thing. But
Okay.
yeah, I was just curious if I think so. Yeah, I'll sit down and then you can. Okay, sound good?
I'll do a brief summation of it.
Okay, thanks, Sue.
It's
Appreciate that.
required, for us to be able to have grants in our township or in any of the municipalities. It is a good opportunity for us to have a comprehensive plan that shows that we all work together. When we can collectively, more than one municipality apply for, it's like collaboration. And that's what it's all about. It's not about consolidation. It's about shared services. And it's an opportunity to share services, pretty much similar to COG, council.
Okay.
That's the basic.
Thank you for giving a straightforward, you're the first official that I've asked out of any of what I've asked for about this that's given me a straightforward explanation. So thank you. Appreciate that,
Oh,
Sue.
you're welcome.
Thanks. That's all I have.
Approval of reports, secretary payroll.
I make a motion that we approve that report.
Second. Moved second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Approval of general fund bills in a total amount of $52,775.95. I'll make that motion.
Second.
Moved second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Read roll call.
Paul.
Aye.
Sue. Aye. Ed.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Bob.
Aye.
Approval of other fund expenditures in a total amount of $91,141.39.
Motion approved.
Second. Moving second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Please roll call.
Bob.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Ed.
Aye.
Sue. Aye. And Paul.
Engineers report.
So the PA Small Water and Sewer Program that I spoke about last month, back in 2022, when the program was last open, we submitted an application on behalf of Upper Yoder Township to rehabilitate the Berkeley Road debris basin. There's a lot of erosion issues down there. So I was just going to ask the board if they would like to resubmit the grant to rehabilitate the Berkeley Road debris basin.
I think that would be a good idea.
A motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Moving second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you, Jake.
Thank you.
Is that it?
That's it.
Thank you. Okay, West Hills Comprehensive Plan map mapping update, Gary County Planning Commission.
I sort of did that with Mr. Klanch, but I'd like to make a motion that we move forward on this. If we did it apart from everybody else, we would pay between $75,000 and $90,000 to do our own comprehensive plan. But I'd like to make a motion that enter into the agreement if Brownstown, Lower Yoder, Westmont, and Southmont are all in agreement that all of us would do this together, and our cost would be at $2.46 per resident, would be $12,649.92. I'd like to make that as a motion that we pay this when, I think the date was May 16th, would be the time.
I'll make that motion.
Oh, you're gonna.
I'll second. So moving second, all in favor?
We're gonna limit that amount.
Yeah, no more than that.
Okay.
So if somebody does step out, then we will not do anything.
So moving second. Moving second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? 2023 LSA grant to the police cruiser.
I can make a motion that we approve it once it's received. I think we need to, it said that it's, you said we needed to, right?
And we also need to know if we can go ahead and get the quotes. We need a motion to get the quotes.
Oh, we need a motion for the quotes.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that,
We'll make a motion for the close.
right, make a motion for the quotes for the police cruiser.
I'll second.
Moving second, all in favor?
Aye.
Alice, real quick, you get the funds on that? I know we signed the paperwork.
We don't get the funds until we have the quotes and
Okay, that's good.
everything else. We have to send all the paperwork in, so.
Okay.
I know he needed the permission to get the quotes.
Okay, thank you.
Are we limiting that just strictly to that particular car, or are we giving it for everything else? We're going to the car we looked at?
You have to limit it.
What is
to
that?
I think that's the grant, correct?
Okay. RFP pension plan update.
Okay, we did meet, we sent out the RFPs, received the responses, and, Mr. Anastetti, Barzeski, Paul Pioli, and myself did look at the data, it's intense, and we, are compiling that data, review it, and in late March or early April, we will have some more information to be able to share as, to be able to compare it. right now, there's no decision. It's on hold.
Emergency operations plan update.
Yeah, I was there.
Oh, were you?
I was in the back. Yeah, so, as far as, sure, Tim Wright's, I'm the local EMA coordinator. So we are in the process of updating the emergency operations plan, instead of just doing the, recommendation of upping just the contact information for everybody. We went ahead and just started right at the beginning and reworking that entire thing. I think the last time it was updated was completely in 2016. So that is still in process. Right now, the majority of it's completed. There is something that we'll have to work with you guys all about in relationship to the fact that in the event that that we have to go into a declaration of emergency and an emergency operations center is opened up, we have to make sure that you guys have all of the requirements for the incident command structure that has been set by presidential mandate. So I will be making sure that that information is there, and if we have to do a class on getting it online and taking things that way, we'll make sure that stuff's handled. There should be a link, but I know that sometimes those things get a little confusing. So I think that was about it for the EOC. Any questions on that? Well, we'll get more stuff updated as we get there. Okay.
Approval of ordinance number 291, open, fire, and burn.
Did you have any comments?
I-
You were reading it.
I read it. I was satisfied with what was in there.
I have a question. I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Is this about the open fire?
Yes.
What is it? Is there a ban you're not allowed to burn anymore, or what's going on?
Certain hours and whole.
Tim, could you explain some of that to him?
Sure. So I'll scoot around. So not to go into great detail about the ban, it's a approval of the ordinance for the open fire and burning. Okay. I'll turn this way. We good?
Yep.
Okay. So we asked the township back in December, January, somewhere in that time frame. One of the problems that we had is that there were folks that were actually burning trash during a non-burning time. And they actually set woods on fire. And as a result of that, that puts a significant, we were able to get there quick as the fire department and be able to extinguish it. However, the fact is that there is no burning ordinance that exists currently in Upper Yoder Township. So what it does is actually provides guidance for anybody that is in the township to indicate that, yes, you can still have your campfires out back like you normally would. But once they start getting out of control or nobody's around them, now you're starting to cause risk and catastrophe to the citizens of Upper Yoder. So that was one of the things that we wanted to make sure that was put in place. And if you're burning essentially garbage, we have folks that are inside the township that the fire department hasn't had to be called for, that are actually burning old cars and everything else in the woods. And we need to stop that as well. So those were part of the main reasons as to why those things were put in. It was not put in to prevent anybody in the township to continue to stop doing anything in their backyard. That stuff is still there. Does make a recommendation to move about 20 feet away from the house so that you're not setting it on fire. Anything that is going to be a cooking campfire, not a problem. You can have that, how you normally would. But just to have people around that so that it's not going to cause a potential problem. If in fact, then it does create an issue where people are burning trash and are doing all kinds of things, if you call the police and they show up and in consultation, if they decide that it does need to be put out, they may call the fire department to ask about that. In that case, it does need to be extinguished. Prior to that, they really didn't have anything to look at to try to protect the folks. That gave us that option, and then it was also put in there that in the event that it's very dry here, but it's not dry in all places in the state, that the Board of Supervisors have the ability to go ahead and put a temporary burning ban in place through an ordinance. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
I have one other question.
Sure.
So you explained this today. Is this part of our website or? Okay, okay.
Yeah,
I
this
read
was,
that.
yeah, I believe this was
So
the,
that
this,
people know, everybody in here knows that not
Yeah, this was the draft, that Attorney Rejo had drafted up. So I believe at this point, if it's approved tonight, it will go to, 2 weeks. Yeah, it would go out for anything, it would be public. And then at the next meeting, it would be voted on for permanent adoption in the ordinance. Oh, okay.
We're adopting it
Okay,
tonight.
well then there you go.
But then for the rest of the public to know it'll be on our website.
Mhm. Yep.
Can I ask a question of you?
Of me, sure.
Okay, so, someone brought this up to me, that's why, okay? So I have a container, it's a fireproof container, it's like a garbage can, okay? And it has a little, the lid has a little spout thing on it where smoke goes out, okay? So I use it to burn paper, okay, because it costs a lot of money to have somebody come to your house and take all your old IRA records and everything out. So my question is, am I still allowed to use? Oh, I can?
Yep.
Okay, so that was one.
Yep.
Because my neighbors don't mind, I just don't do it when they have their clothes hanging out, so,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep, you would be perfectly fine in that aspect, and it's in a controlled container.
And I brought it there too.
Yep, and if you're there, and you're good to go.
Okay.
Yep.
I just wanted to-
Definitely not taking away your rights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, is that all, Tim?
That's all I have.
Thank you. Anybody else have any questions for Tim? Okay.
I want to make a point of order about the comments, though.
Approval of ordinance number 291, open fire burning.
I make a motion that we accept that. Oh, you did? Oh, did you vote?
Yeah.
Oh, we did.
We didn't vote on it. We did not make a motion.
Yeah.
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 All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you. West Hills Recreation Commission update.
Okay, at the last meeting, we talked about the 650 foot water line at the end of, from the end of our water line out on 271 to the ridge. And, for future feasibility studies, Greater Johnstown Water Authority will be the grantee to accept the DCED grant funds. And, we will provide, and the Westmont Rec Commission will provide the matching funds and the application fee. So there will be no cost to the water authority, but they assume responsibility of it. And this grant is through the DCED Small Water and Sewer. And ultimately, we will be writing a letter of support for this. FYI, it's not a vote.
Okay. Generator system update.
Okay. I vote, I'd like to move that we, move forward on this project to complete the bid documents and review of the documents by Attorney Rejo for the generator that we've been approving all along. What? The project, the generator project, we have the information that we received from, East Hills Rec. And I will move that once it's all approved, that we can send out the RFPs.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Right, yeah, it would have to be subject to your approval. It's just that we could then put out the RFPs and perhaps have everything done before the next meeting, and perhaps you would like to explain.
Basically, I wanted to have everything already, but the scope of work has changed a little bit because East Hills Recreation has submitted an application to the gas company to revamp the meter and the service over on the side of the building and make it 1 meter and then bring up the main gas line up to the rooftop, go across the roof to the new generator location, as well as tie into the existing rooftop units that we have up there and all the other connections that we need for the gas appliances in the building. So that changed the scope of work a little bit, and I want to get all that down, in proper wording before I can bring it to the Attorney Rejo, so he can review everything and make sure. Plus, I have the bid documents and the non-collusion agreements and all that stuff. that we would have, with respect to any kind of RFP for a contractor to be awarded the work. So basically, we're ready to go except for the final wording and the document gathering, all that together. We have the drawings from East Hills Engineering, and he reviewed everything in the electrical room as to what's necessary there, and the generator itself, as well as now the gas, because we talked about that. Originally, we wanted to bring up a gas line and hang it on the side of the building to go around the side, and that wasn't really appropriate. So it's gonna go back up like the other ones are now, across the roof and back down to the generator. So we're pretty close to being ready. We just have to get all the documents pulled together and then have Attorney Reho look at it and then put it out there. So we're ready to go in a sense, except for the final paperwork.
Question. Paul, did you look at those lines?
I talked to Mark about it.
Okay.
Yeah. The thought mark is around the 3-inch at the top of the manifold, yeah, correct.
Yes. And depending on the size of the demand for the generator, we'll have to make sure we have the appropriate size pipe going through. East Hills Engineering has already looked at the requirements for the existing appliances, and we should be good to go. We just have the main 3-inch go up and then split off to everything. What we don't want to have happen is if there's a large demand for the generator, it shuts down everything else. So we don't want that happening. So we should be good to go. Now, supposedly, the upgrade to the service for the gas line, according to initial information that Mr. Yanish from East Hills got from the gas company, there will be no charge on the gas company's end to upgrade that. So that's a good thing.
And we have it in writing.
Yes.
I'd like to table this until we have review
That's fine.
and maybe more on this next meeting.
I can meet with you in between meetings.
Sure.
too.
Yes.
So you can just reach out.
Yeah, I'll get everything gathered together and I'll touch base with you.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Moving on, streetlight LED energy conversion update.
I'm working with Sean Simmons with identification of starting out on Woodmont, and so that we have good lighting to the high school. And I'd like to make a motion that we enter into this agreement that we did receive. It's all free from Penelec, so I'd like to make that motion that we move forward and have the lights replaced to LED lights, the ones that we do not incur any type of cost.
I'll make that motion. Are you making it?
I made it.
Second.
Probably move a second, all in favor? Aye. Okay, Central Allegheny Highlands ATV feasibility study survey.
I did that survey online, and the next step, Pashik and just architects will have a public meeting and it will be announced. And it's related to ATV use on public land and highways in our area.
Amusement tax update. Table that. Codification of ordinances. Table it. You want to say something on this?
Well, it was called to our attention to look at the Westmont, Stony Creek, Richland, and now I understand Cottonwood Township and Lower Yoder also are using this codification. And Mark Walker, do you want to talk at all about this so we have more information about it?
Well, actually, I can refer to Lower Yoder. They just met with the folks, the representative from General Code Publishers. Lower Yoder had codified their ordinances many years ago, but they didn't keep it up. So they have to recodify. They have like 17 or 18 ordinances since the last time. What it does is it consolidates all of your ordinances into one code of the township. So if you'll have one book, or it'll be available online, where you can see all the different ordinances. And if you use the system online, you can actually do a search. You can type in roadways, and it'll show you everywhere through all your ordinances where it has the word roadways and anything that applies to roadways, or whatever you would want to search for. So it's a good tool. It gives you a consolidated, codified ordinance or code of the township instead of having individual ordinances. they're still in place as the law of the township, but it's all consolidated into one code. Now, there's another step, and I'm not sure if you folks have actually met with anybody from general code yet, or if they've just made an overture out to the township or not. Okay, because there's another step to it where they'll do a legal review of all your ordinances. Well, I think we have that available to us here, and I don't think that that's necessary, but that's your call. A lot of times, ordinances are written specifically for your municipality. They may review it looking at an overall broad paintbrush, and they might not think something applies or something should be in an ordinance, where really that's what you want as your municipality. So generally, I think Lower Yoder did not have the legal review done. Conway Township, I don't believe, did, because they depend on their local municipal solicitor. Whenever an ordinance is passed, he's gonna look at it and say, hey, we shouldn't pass this because this section isn't right or whatever. But I mean, it's a good tool to have. You have everything consolidated in one code for the township. Basically, the only difference is if I would cite somebody under a certain code, it would have to be chapter whatever of the Upper Yoder Township Code as adopted by ordinance, whatever. So I would still use the ordinances like I do now, or anybody else, any other ordinance you have in the township. But, it's a cost factor. There's gonna be a cost involved with general code publishing. And then if you update anything or change any ordinances or add new ordinances, there's also a cost for them to take that and put it in your code. And it's kind of a maintenance cost as you go along. But it does put everything in one place, instead of going back and trying to find which ordinance is what.
It was $16,000 to $18,000, and it usually takes about 2 years, spanning 2 or more budget years. That was the letter we had in our last meeting. We have the opportunity, Kyle, Paul, myself, and 2 staff members are attending the PSATS convention in May, and they do have a fair number of people there to do this, so we could gather the data and have more information to work on.
We'll continue to look into it before we make a decision on it.
Hiring roads department, police department, we are gonna look at applications, we talked about that earlier, for the road departments. All everything on the police department. Okay. All right, Dave, you have anything?
I don't.
Paul?
Nope.
Kyle?
No.
I don't. Sue?
No.
Paul?
The only thing, since Mark's here, can you explain, can we have that truck sounding on the 4 lanes removed or no?
You give me authorization, I'll have it towed. That's all I need. It's gonna be a cost. I don't know what it would be a cost to tow that, probably several $100, I'm sure, if not longer.
Where do you tell it?
Now, we won't have storage fees or anything.
No, I think what would happen, and I'll make sure if before it happens, that whoever would tow it, they would take it and put it in their impound lot. They would charge a fee daily until it gets to a certain time, and then they have the ability as a salvage company, they can apply for a title. Some guys might jump at that opportunity to tow it and put it in their lot. I reached out, I talked to anybody that was on that truck. The name of the company initially, it was leased to somebody else. I spoke with people from all over the place. If you do the company name, it comes back to a property on South Clearfield Street. I sent them a certified letter, no response. So I don't know whose truck it is. We can run the BIN and find out. It's been there for 7 months, 8 months now.
Oh, it's been more than that.
But if somebody puts it in their impound lot and they keep it for the period of time they're required to, and they obtain the title for it, that truck's not worth a couple dollars, it's worth a lot.
It's a newer model, not for old.
Now, can we get the towing fees when they,
I can check on that and
Okay.
bring it back next month, and
Okay.
I don't imagine the truck's gonna leave in a month. So I can let you know how much it will be, and then you can give me an approval to get it towed.
I have a question. Did we have it towed to our property?
But I don't know that you have, I mean, I'd have to check either through the chief or possibly through the Department of Transportation, if you as a municipality have a right to acquire the title for it down the road.
Recovery company will fly to PennDOT, they have like 45 days.
I understand, I just was asking if we have that.
I can check into that too.
Rob's house.
Yeah, I'll take that information back. Put it in my law, I'll take it.
So, but I'll check into the information, I'll come back next month.
But the next question I have for you is, who actually owns the land that is selling?
It's a LLC, and I've sent them a letter as well for that truck.
Are we authorized to tow it off the private property?
Well, you have the right to abate a nuisance, and it's a violation of your nuisance ordinance.
So we have to notify the landowner, correct?
I've notified the landowner, and I've reached out to, the name of the company that's on the vehicle, and I got no response from
I
them.
don't think the landowner would want to read.
I'm sorry?
I don't think the landowner would want to. I don't think he would.
Are they ever fined for having it there?
Well, I haven't taken anybody to task at the magistrate's office for having it there. I mean, I can start that process as well. But, you know, like I said,
It's a waste of time.
so
It's a waste of time.
I can't make it, I was just gonna get it towed. I mean, the Escalade that sat there for the longest time, it was uninspected. And I called and said, hey, your vehicle's not inspected. Well, it left for a day and come back, it had an inspection sticker on it. It's like,
No, it's
sure,
up
it
on,
shouldn't be.
it's up on Eisenhower.
It's up on Eisenhower now, it's some other property, it's out of the township, so that's going.
All right, thanks. Sean, you have anything?
No.
Chief, not here. Other new business. Approval Act 172 firefighters and EMS disbursement.
I'll
We
make,
have two candidates. Yeah,
down
we-
base
and
mayor.
we have two others that, we have two candidates.
I'm making motion for Charles Snyder, Jeffrey Perkins.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Approval of Upper Yoder Township Fire Company 2025 fundraiser. Raisers.
Dave, should we do these separately?
You can do, we never did a separate.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we approve the fundraiser.
I'll second it. Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Approval of police
Right
department
now, I abstain from that.
server, desktop computers purchase.
We received it, and I added up the numbers, you know, because we provide that, and it comes up to $11,210.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's within budget,
He has that in the budget.
it's budget.
We budgeted for the server, did we budget for the desktop?
We never discussed that stuff.
We budgeted for computers,
We discussed the server.
computer services and computer equipment. Is computer equipment a computer? We budgeted $10,000 for computer equipment and $10,000 for computer services under the police budget. How does that,
So the first one was 10,000, just for the computer.
for the
So,
equipment?
Services.
So the computer equipment would be $4,485. And the server was,
This is the services.
I agree with that.
What's that?
Approve the server for now, and then table the desktops.
So
We'll get
this-
some more information on them till next month, so.
okay, so then this, under CBS business, it says $6,500 for the server and quote, and then $150 each for the backup drives. So that would go with the
They
computer.
go with the computer.
Okay, so that should be on the other page, okay. Okay. So you're making a motion?
That's a motion.
I'll second it.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Appointment, alternate area services council of governments.
I don't know.
What about you? You did it before.
Sure.
I make a motion.
It pays well.
Yeah.
I make a motion that Paul joins me on the Council of Government as an alternate.
Well, I'll second that.
I move second, all in favor? Approval to publish and distribute the 2025 annual newsletter.
I make a motion that we approve them.
Just like-
I thought we were gonna
Review it, but,
There's
so
no-
that means it'll wait another year,
No.
another month. So it's okay that once we review it. it can
Just
be
let her,
published?
let Alice know.
On a dealer first.
Okay,
Okay.
I reviewed it. It was okay.
Okay, nothing else, other new business, any other correspondence? Hang on, secretary's report.
Just so we received that, I'm sure you guys saw 172,000, so that, with the bills, and 11 some for, from the county.
Yes. It's just a little more than that last year, right?
A little less.
A little less, 2% less.
We're,
No, it's more. No, originally was.
they told us we're,
They told us
Yeah.
what to
It came in a little
expect
more.
us, but we actually got a little more than last year. Not much, a little.
because they told us.
Very little.
I know.
No, but it tells you the amounts. I know they told us that, to expect that, but we actually got.
Because they said 5 years in a row, we're gonna lose 2%.
Okay. Before we get started on public participation, I'd like to review the resolution 963, and a lot of you all maybe have that on your table. Let's look at number 4, where it says persons making comment shall state their name and address and a specific subject of the comment. Skip to number 6. Comments which make statements of personal attacks or statements that could be construed as libelous, slanderous, or that defame the character of any Upper Yoder Township elected or appointed official, employee, or any member of the public shall be avoided. Number 8, persons shall abide by the directive of the chairman with
This is gonna be
respect.
fun. That was a talk.
Persons shall abide by the directive of the chairman with respect to maintenance or order and conduct of the meeting. And number 9, all comments should be made in a respectful manner without obscenity or threat of violence.
Okay, anybody under public participation for 3 minutes? Leave your names, you go up the podium.
Dave Hill, 284 Meadow Drive. First of all, Sue, I'm going to tell you something. Free speech and the Constitution wins over that garbage. Okay, you lose. You shut up. Ed, I want to thank you very much. And Bob, I want to thank you. First of all, you two guys have always been honest with me. You've always told the truth. If I've had a problem, it got resolved. Okay, there was no nonsense, no bullshit, no games playing. All right, just like Officer Donnie Wireman. He's professional. I walked Meadow Drive for 3 weeks now. I haven't even seen my girl. Can you imagine that? 18 months. There's something wrong when this brainless moron can sit there and make fun of me. You guys attack residents. Instead of handling police misconduct, you turn around and blame residents. You come up with totally bullshit excuses. You, Ray Ho, you sit there about, a trip with the county. Why don't you read my August 24th police report back in 2023, where it was summoned, I summoned an officer. They created a false narrative. Blake could go to jail for that. Read the 3 pages, then tell me who's wrong. You cannot sit there and denigrate a resident instead of doing it. Oh, I know, you were busy playing police officer, right, Paul? Illegally putting him in danger, putting the other people in danger, your friends. This is wrong. This is illegal. I don't put up with it. And then I got to read about the crap every month in the minis. Oh, I complain about the same thing every month. Bullshit. You sat there and lied to me. You sat there and lied to me. The good part of you is I get to wave loser at you every day you go by. You made up a totally bullshit story about me. Oh, you don't know how to request an officer. 30 years involved in law enforcement. You know what it was? You trying to cover a police misconduct. Blake should have been fired. I wish that crap happened the year before. Only Bob and Ed have been honest with me. You never lied to me. You lied out your ass, you piece of shit. You were garbage. Oh, you were disciplined once. Weren't you suspended? And you lied to the disciplinary board of the state Supreme Court. Watch this, Ray Hole. You wait to see how that's going to work out. Susie, go get my August 24th, 23 report. 3 pages. You read it and tell me what it says. It says that I interacted with Blake and Novotny. That never happened. That's total garbage. It's a legal police report. I didn't create it. Blake and Novotny. It lists me, it lists Connor, the driver, and 2 cops. How did that work? Transmitted, marked urgent. My July 22nd one, marked urgent. I have 4 calls to 911, 5 reports on me in there. You are a piece of shit, Billy. Sue, I will say what I want. Arrest me. Bring it on. Your resolutions don't supersede the Constitution. Ray, you don't know shit about law. I can't even believe you're an attorney, but obviously you're getting another. The complaint we dealt with. You're going down. You 2 will resign. This is all done. I promise you. You can't do what you did. That's enough for tonight. Thank you, Don Wire, for being my hero. That guy should be chief. You should be in jail. You should be in jail. And you should be discharged. Go ahead, laugh. You're a mindless piece of shit. Oh, I'm a shaver. Hey, I'll tell you what. If you embezzled from the bank, like you did from Township and Upper Yoder and the county stealing money.
Time's up.
Yeah, I know. Wouldn't you go to jail for that?
See you next time.
Kiss my ass. No, you're not. Shut
I am
up.
gonna say something, because I have rights too, so every supervisor. and
And
every
turn the
agent-
clock on.
No,
Turn the clock on.
So,
Let's go.
Stop it, please.
all right,
You do not run the meeting.
you know, all the years
Fuck
my
you.
family helped and did stuff for
Cunt.
my family. You know,
That's like I said.
That's what I'm wrong for.
That's it, we're done.
That's enough.
That's ridiculous.
So-
It's absolutely ridiculous.
It was ready, it's been ready on this board for 20 months, before me and Sue were even on this board, a lawsuit. So, bring the lawsuit, okay? All right, boy. See you next month.
Now, I have something to say too.
Oh, wait a
I'm
minute.
just, no, I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna read a letter that I got October 29th, 2024, from the disciplinary board of the Supreme Court. Dear Mr. Rejo, this is to advise you that the complaint filed against you by David B. Hill has been dismissed. Please be advised pursuant to PA Disciplinary Board Rule 93.101, this complaint remains confidential. We appreciate your cooperation with our investigation. Very truly yours, Samuel F. Napoli, Disciplinary Counsel, and never been disciplined or suspended.
You lied to the board. I can prove that.
Okay, facts, how about some facts about what you say?
August
The complaint was dismissed.
August 24th police report, 2023. Read it. It's right
You've
in
been spelling that nonsense about me for months. I'm not putting up with it anymore.
Okay,
Okay?
do something on the race.
Okay, let's move on.
No, wait a minute, we had somebody that raised their hand that wants to
Yeah,
speak.
you can move on to the next public
Next person.
comment.
Thank you.
Hi, Brett Hinterlater, Upper Yoder Township. Yeah, I just kind of started coming to these meetings last week. I actually wanted to actually say something nice about Johnny Klanch. I watched his live stream at the end. I haven't seen people sit down and argue to try to get things done or resolved, the name calling. There's got to be a level of decorum at these meetings, okay? Nothing gets done. Nothing gets done by name calling, belittling people or whatever, you know. I mean, Mr. Hill obviously seems like he's angry. I don't know all the circumstances behind that. You know, he sat here, said to Donnie Wire, hey, thank you, Donnie, you did a good job. I don't know what the circumstances are. I don't pretend to know what the circumstances are. It's a shame when these meetings turn into something like this. It really is. You know, you talk about the Constitution, okay? Yeah, there's freedom of speech out there, no doubt. You know, there's people that have fought for the freedom of speech. There's people who have pledged everything and taken oaths
over the Constitution. But like I said, it's a shame to see certain things happen, the belittling. And again, like I said, I did want to say something about Johnny after his live stream there. Him and Mr. Hill were outside, and Mr. Hill brought out a squeaky toy or whatever. To me, it's not funny. It's not professional. It's not becoming of what our country was meant to be, is to sit there and belittle people. We are allowed to have disagreements. We are absolutely allowed to have disagreements. But that's up for conversation, okay? That's up to sit there and talk without belittling each other, and tempers start flaring. It's a shame. I look at this council and I see everybody trying to do something better for the township. You know, you may not agree with certain things somebody wants to do or whatever, but that's why there's a council on here with numerous people and you take votes. That's a democratic society, okay? Johnny was outside with Mr. Hill. Johnny, I don't know which one you prefer. But he even said at that point, I don't operate like that. You know, and I'm a little disappointed tonight with the name calling, because again, there's got to be some decorum here. You know, I see some people trying to get some stuff done the right way, and it's a shame to belittle people. I don't know what Mr. Hill's problem is with Chief Blake, but I can tell you this. I know I got 10 seconds left. I know John Blake personally. I won't get into all that, but I'm going to quote Judge Tulowitzki on something. We almost had a tragedy at Upper Yoder School. I'm sure you guys are all aware of that. You know, 2 people got in. There was a threat, and that was a legitimate threat. You know, and I know John Blake investigated that case. Judge Tulowitzki turned around and said, I know that a tragedy was averted here. I know, too, that a tragedy was averted at that school. And I appreciate the efforts that law enforcement put into that. I know you guys are having problems with police at this time. That's not something that is uncommon right now in our county, okay? Up north, there might be a chief of police up there, and that's it. PSP has been on call, and I'm aware that PSP has been on call in Upper Yoder. If they have 1 car out on midnights, they may be up north handling something. It might be a 45-minute response time. We as Upper Yoder taxpayers, we can't survive like that. You know, domestic violence incidents, when seconds count and you need somebody to respond, a half hour, 45 minutes is way too long. You know, I think that is something we really have to look at moving forward. I know potentially you guys have been looking into certain things, you know, and this is all in the county. This is a county problem. And it's unfortunate to see, you know, again, I don't pretend to know what the problem is with Chief Blake and Mr. Hill, but I can tell you this: we're losing police officers out there. We're losing good people, and it breaks my heart to see a person in a badge who has so much dedication to Upper Yoder be belittled the way that happened last week with a squeaky toy and that. You may not agree with the way John Blake handled the situation. I don't know. I don't know the details behind it. But I know a lot of the good things that Chief Blake has done for Upper Yoder Township. I know a lot of those good things.
Are you aware that he stole my truck? Are you aware that he used the state police to steal my truck and your department and your office?
Yeah.
And your office.
So, you know, this is why we can't get police officers working. And it's a shame that if you have to call 911, there might be a day when somebody doesn't come. Truly, there might be a day when somebody doesn't come. And then what do you have? You have vigilantism, and that's not the answer. That's not the answer. So please look at the rules of decorum. I wish that everybody would have a certain amount of respect for each other. And that's how you get things done. And you can have an opinion, but I don't think sitting here, name calling and that kind of stuff gets anything done. It doesn't do anything. It may all be for a show. I don't know, but I could tell you it doesn't get anything done the right way. Okay. People get upset. I've gotten upset over things in my life, But if it gets resolved, hopefully, and then you move on. You move on. I know you guys were up here saying pretty much that, you know, we're done talking about this. It's rehashed. It's rehashed. There comes a point in time when you got to move on. If there's something that somebody wants to do, file lawsuits, whatever, you know, then do that. But don't sit here and belittle everybody, you know. And I just see a huge, it breaks my heart to see some of the comments made and the belittling nature without knowing the whole facts, the whole story of everything. And like I said, I don't pretend to know what that story is. You know, I hope Mr. Hill finds some peace in the way Donnie Wire handled the situation. He had made comments that, you know, Donnie handled his situation. Okay, maybe it's time to move on, Mr. Hill. Maybe it's time to move on. I don't know. You know, so that's all I had to say, folks. You know, please respect each other. Respect each other. You see a lot in our country right now. People are at each other's throats, and that's just not the way we get things done, you know. So check out Decorum, you know, and see what you can do about that, because everybody does have freedom of speech, but you got to draw a line somewhere with the name calling and that it just doesn't get anything done. You know, that's not what our forefathers wanted. Have a good night, folks.
Next, public participation. State your name.
My name's John Klanch. I live in Southmont. I would appreciate the same amount of time that the officer, the county detective Hinterleiter he was afforded, okay? I think that's fair, and I'm not, okay? Let me explain something. Let me explain a few things, okay? I'm not going to rehash a bunch of shit, okay? But do you know why I use the language I do? Because I came to you people as a reasonable person, okay, to state to you that the police officers had harassed me and brutalized me. And it didn't start with John Blake. It started with Moser holding his gun to my head down on Southmont Boulevard. I can go over this. What do you?
I mean, I've been coming here for 3 years. I hear the same story from.
I know you do. You know why?
Story from him.
Thank you. Good. Then be tired of it. Don't come to the fucking meeting. Okay. I have the first. I know. I appreciate you asking me to be respectful. Hold on a second, please. Don't interrupt me. We have the right to speak the way we do. The reason I speak the way I do is because you listen when I do. Do I agree with him that nothing gets done? Yes, because it turns into a big pissing match is what it turns into, okay? That's what it turns into. You're right, okay? But here are the facts. Here are some facts, okay? For whatever reason, and I didn't start coming to Upper Yoder Township meetings until I got harassed, okay? Until my truck was stolen by your police chief, okay? I'm still waiting to hear about a resolution. I emailed you. Did you get the email, Dave? You believe so? I still am waiting for the search warrant. You guys are speaking today about taking a truck using Mark Walker. Do you have a search warrant to take it off of private property? I'm helping you out here, guys. Okay, there's due process. Dave said it was a waste of time. Due process. Give the guy the due process of law that he deserves. Okay, that's what you do. If you want to take somebody's vehicle or somebody's property, that's what you do. Okay? Do you understand the toll that this has put on me? Okay, because you guys gaslight me because you guys did something wrong to me and you won't address it. You don't even have the audacity, you don't even have the balls to say you're sorry to me for having me arrested for this ordinance. Okay? How hard is it to say? You'll laugh and joke about it. Your kid will laugh and joke about it, but you won't even just say, you know what, John, I fucked up. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have had you arrested. But you did, and you won't say you're sorry. You don't care how much money the taxpayers have to spend to defend you not saying sorry. I always wanted to be reasonable. That's why I curse and swear. Because it's not fucking reasonable to me that you guys are being fucking unreasonable to me.
John, thank you. Good night. Anybody else under public participation?
I was going to, but I'll skip it till next.
You want to say something? Go ahead.
Depend on how.
Okay, I just have,
State your name.
sorry, Tom. Oh, the men, Cassander, Upper Yoder. I just have a quick question. You know the cinders from the winter that come down the road? Okay, so, back where I am, we have a small community back there, Elm and Ravine and Garden, you know. So we're all making these piles of cinders, you know. Does the township pick those
They
up?
should be there tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we should be.
They're working
Oh,
on it.
okay, that's it. And does any, huh?
They started a couple weeks ago making their way around.
Okay, and does anybody know when junk pickup's gonna be?
It's,
I know it's just made it, so I don't know.
Oh, it'll,
I might have.
that would be good. Okay, May, okay. Just so, I just need a month, so I could,
You know what, I think it's the Monday, it starts the Monday after Mother's Day.
okay. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And I've lived in Upper Yoder, nothing against you. You know that. I've lived in this township for approximately 48 years now. And I have never seen any problems, and I thank you, Jesus, because everybody's been good to me, including the police, okay?
I'm glad you've had that experience. I haven't.
And your dad, nothing against you, honey, your dad was a great friend of my husband who has passed.
I know
And
that.
we've just never had any problems, and I'm sorry you're having so many.
I wish I wouldn't have had the problems.
I understand
I wish
that,
they wouldn't have picked on me.
but the thing of it is, sometimes life is the way it is, but we just have to kind of fix it, okay?
Not when you elect the people.
Lynn, what day is your pickup?
Normally Tuesday.
So it will be Tuesday, May 20th.
Oh, thanks, thank you,
Okay.
and thank you, everyone.
Anybody else on the public participation?
Hello, my name is Karen Hill, and I'm in Upper Yoder. And I want to thank you for the update on the LED streetlights. I'm really excited to have bright lights on the street. I wanted to know if you folks had discussed recording of the meetings.
No, we really have, we're still looking into getting additional information, but for us all to sit down and discuss it, continuing our research on it. So,
All right, I'll be back next month. Thank you.
thank you.
If there's nobody else, this time we will adjourn into executive session and not return.
Yeah, I guess so. Hey, Brett, are you still a county detective? What's that? Brett, are you still a county detective? You are? So if my truck was stolen and I was carjacked, Leah DeMarco still work for you? Okay. I need a warrant. I need the search warrant that they use to take my truck. How can I get that?
For Upper Yoder?
Somebody had my state police had my truck for 6 days. I have yet to see a search warrant. I want to see a search warrant. How can I get it? Yes, I have. Yes, I have talked to an attorney. I sued you know why? You know why? Okay. First of all, Brett, I was married to your cousin, right? Let's be real. You know me personally. So don't play I know, but don't play the fucking game. Okay, don't play the game. I'm asking you a question. Okay, Brett? And aren't you running for supervisors? Thanks, Brett.
You're welcome.
How are you?
Good. I'm gonna. Well, he's a county detective. Okay. Let me say something, Dawn. And on my live stream, and thank you, actually, and I'm going to tell you why. You actually understood that I exercised my First Amendment rights. Okay. And I know There won't be an arrest warrant.
No.
There won't be an arrest warrant anytime about that.
John,
John, if I would've came up to you and snatched you up, then
you would have taken, hey, listen, I want you to calm down. Sorry, if you said that about no swear words, challenge accepted. What did I say? Oh, by the way.
Yeah.
Can you video me?
Yeah. Yeah, that's all. That's John Blake.
Oh, coffee.
Yeah. So,
You got something on your chin? Hey, what do you eat? Well, it's still there. Clean yourself.
all right. Yeah, right. What? He was offended by that. No idea.
I understand. And listen, like I said, if Moser wouldn't have held a gun to my head down on Southmont Boulevard, and if Blake wouldn't have stolen my truck, and if Lotney wouldn't have harassed me, I wouldn't be doing this. And the way they treat me about it, that's why I did. That's why. You know, and I wouldn't be screaming like I do, but wouldn't you after 18 months of, you know, I mean, 2 years we're going on now, and I understand the words I use are offensive, but I do that for a reason, you know, and I'm sorry, please, you know.
What the hell good is it gonna do?
Makes me feel better.
Well, I understand. I understand that, okay?
I get my point across.
Yeah. But do me a favor, turn your dad stuff off.
I sure will.
Please.
I will.
And tell him Evelyn's hanging in there, but she's not as good as she used to be.
Does he have your number? Does he? Maybe.
I think, I'm almost positive he has.
Okay.
Yeah.
If he does, I know he has hers. So
Yeah.
okay, I'll have him contact
All
her.
right, honey. You take it.
Take care. Thanks for seeing you. Thanks. Take care. See you, hon. Have a good day.
They said it was. Well, yeah, it just makes it's all.
Yeah, it's not legal. But the thing is, the lung damage and then like my lung pressure is He said, I got arthritis. And he said, no, you can live to the night. She was like, it's not even hard. But these guys make you so, you know, sit there, especially that shape. He starts talking about family friendship. He has his father for 65 years. They family this culture. And they never showed up. They never showed up. And treats culture towards the guy. But no, thank you for caring.
Don't take my candy.
No.
There's
something wrong with my candy?
It's only mints.
Something I said?
It's just mints.
No, thank you.
Oh, we need it.
I guess, well, we got our therapy
That's
dogs.
not what I said.
They're scary though.
We can always go first.
We got our therapy dogs at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I'm okay. I normally don't need to get that, but she started on me. I'm gonna read you the resolutions, first of all. I love it. Sue is absolutely worthless. I mean, I don't even know how to describe it. Pioli, he finally got busted. All right. People's lives, and that got ended. And then, Schaefer, he just sits there and tries to play Mr. Big. What do you say? Bring on the suit. Okay, boy, we got it.
I reached out to them last month. They asked me for a proposal on reimbursing me.
But hey, you got a podium.
I did get a podium.
You got a podium. You're making progress.
Now if I can get a check, we'll you know.
So we get brought it in, she's like, I just gave my batteries changed.
That's funny to say that, but they were 2 houses down from us in Connecticut, choosing the lady. That was specifically for visitor on Monday night.
Okay, so let me explain something here, okay? I'll explain this so everybody that watches my shit here understands something. Okay, I have mic 1. Take mic 2 here. In case anybody wants to come out and speak to me, okay? I agree with Detective Hitterleiter. I do. But I also, I don't want to say I'm trying to read through his bullshit. I heard he wants to run for supervisor in Upper Yoder Township. That's good, but he has to understand that, and like I said, I agree with what he said about when Decorum breaks down to that, and it gets to name calling, and it gets to that, people get pissed off and nobody wants to do anything. So imagine how you would feel if anytime somebody said, I've always been like, this size, I guess, but I've also, like Mr. Engineer, sorry for the harshness. So, and let me say this, if you notice too, I've apologized to everybody that has acknowledged me that's from the public, because I know that some people don't appreciate that kind of language. And if people want to walk out, that's their right, because I have the right to speak like that. No matter how offended somebody gets, no matter how bad. If you get offended by a word, imagine how you would feel when, after you got pulled over for something you're allowed to, a protected First Amendment, not even breaking the law. And when you went to the police station the next day to file a complaint on that officer, you got another ticket, which was illegal. And then they file a ticket on you. So then a month later, they steal your pickup truck. All the while, they don't have any evidence against you. They just don't like you, so they're just using their position to fuck you. That's after in 2015, one of these officers held a gun to my head, out of his jurisdiction. That's the problem I have. That's the problem I have. That's why I'm not respectful when I speak to them. What kind of respect have they shown me? But I'm supposed to give them some kind of respect for what? For what? Seriously, that's the problem here. They said write us a proposal for how much you need. I still need to see the search warrant for my truck being taken. If there isn't one, then it's one number. If there is one, then it's another number. And also, what about state police trooper John Haydu, who searched my truck and seized my truck and stole my inspection sticker? What about that? But you guys want me to come in here and go, oh, yeah, everything's good, kumbaya, oh, yeah, we're good, I'm happy. And then about the way I speak, because I use words that you're going to go home on Netflix and fucking listen to later. I live in this real world where people act the way not the way you're supposed to, but the way you just are real. How much fake bullshit over Decorum? Because I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. Fuck your feelings. What about my feelings when they got hurt when he was holding his gun to my head? Or when I watched my truck being put on a rollback? But the fact that you guys are admonishing me over my reaction to your bullshit behavior, that's what gaslighting is. But that's okay. Who's the narcissist here? I keep coming to you. Look, you know what would be a real good solution? Fire that fucking chief you have. Start there. The cop I sued resigned, huh? Freedom is, I'm going to quote John H. Bryan. Freedom is scary. Deal with it. My freedom doesn't end where your fear begins. That's the fucking truth. They're just words. Fuck. It's just a fucking word. I'm sorry. I apologize to the YouTube algorithms about using that word, but you know what? I'm using it for a point. I'm using it for a reason. I can't give, if you guys are sitting in your executive session watching me right now, I can't give you a number proposal because I haven't seen a search warrant. And I don't know if I should, and really, See you, buddy. Have a good night. And really, if there is no search warrant, okay, and the state and you guys implicated a state police officer also, I would like to know that, okay, because then I will go through the channels with the state police also about getting justice and transparency. Do you understand? That is what my point is. If you guys would just stop with the, oh my God, he might swear at us. Oh my God, what's he gonna say? What's he gonna say? And go, look, have Reho call me, okay? I'll come up here and meet with him off camera. And we can iron this out. Everybody in the room. And we can iron this out. Or we can do it in federal court, because I'm ready to go. What do you think I've been working on? I don't need to consult an attorney. I handle you people pro se. You violated my rights. Fuck feelings, fuck decorum. You violated my rights. And the fact that you're worried about what somebody might say about disparaging Upper Yoder Township employees violates somebody's rights. Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech. The fuck don't you people understand about that? It's like this power got to your head. Okay? What your function is to make sure that the roads are plowed, the shit's maintained, the taxes are collected. Certainly not to worry about how these meetings are run. That is the least of your worries. If somebody comes in there bitching, pissing, and moaning, and cursing, and swearing at you, maybe you should sit down and think about why they're so upset. What did you do to them? Your elected officials. What did you do as elected officials? What did you do to them? Don't you understand? Watch some of my other videos and see how mellow I am when I'm not talking about the government. Understand how positive a person I am. My favorite band is the Grateful Dead. I'm all about being mellow and chill. But the heat come around and busted me for smiling on a cloudy day. And they had no right to do it. And believe me, I don't have fun doing this. I hate coming to these fucking meetings. I hate it. But my truck was stolen. I was compensated for the harassment for being flipped off. That is true. But I wasn't compensated for my First Amendment retaliation, for trying to file a complaint, gaslighting. I wasn't compensated for my truck being taken for 6 days. And the chief is still the chief here. Do you have any idea what that does to me? How much I worry that he's going to come less than 100 feet from his jurisdiction and blow my fucking head off? That doesn't matter to anybody, though. Because I called Sue Konvalinka a cunt. Yeah, I sure did. Because she might not understand it. Their police chief, if he wants to, whatever about laws, if he blows my head off, I'm dead. I'm done. And I think that's what you people want. And then you'll do, we didn't tell him to do it. He did it on his own. It's on him. I've been saying for how long, just do the right fucking thing and I'll go away. And then you're going to admonish me for not going away? I'm not going to go away. Alice has my contact information. Dave Reho has my contact information. Every one of the supervisors has my contact information. I need some more paperwork before I can give you a number. And if you don't want to listen, if you don't want to give me the paperwork or you don't want to acknowledge what I'm saying here, like I said in the letter, Well, then fine. I'll shoot out a number, and it's going to be real high. It's going to be like giraffe pussy high. Okay? That's what it's going to be. Truck stolen. File a complaint. Taken. Okay? Arrested. Arrested for trying to try to complain about it. I get arrested for that, for wearing a body camera. I can't take it. Hey guys, I'm still live on YouTube, just so you know, if you don't want to be heard. So that's where I'm at. I don't want to argue with these people. I don't want to even come to these meetings, to be honest with you. I do it for the 16, 17,000 people that are watching my shit. That's why. I mean, and I must have a message of 17,000 people watching me. Okay, and believe me, like I said, I want to be positive. You know, I want to be friendly. I want to be nice. I just want them to treat me right. You know, so what's up, Dave? You have anything you want to say or anything tonight?
You get treated right in Upper Yoder. Listen to them big tough guys. They think they're so bad. And, oh, take me to court. Oh, Schaefer, you're going to court. I guarantee you, Rejo, you lied at this very board of the state Supreme Court. The records in Upper Yoder don't show that. Well, Davey, my records do. The 3 pages. You're not going to ignore it. Anyhow, I don't want to belittle the situation. You know what? You and I got too worked up over it. We let him get to us. And
No, that's fine. No,
I know.
You know, what I was saying here on the live stream when you were talking to Detective Hitterleiter there, County Detective Hitterleiter, what I was saying is they are more concerned about the decorum of the meeting than actually doing the function. They're worried about me coming in there and cursing and swearing, or you swearing, okay, or you saying something they don't like, than actually listening to what we're saying and going, wait a minute. Dave Hill's a pretty reasonable guy. We all know him, okay? Why is he coming in here calling us motherfuckers? And why is he in here treating us like this? Why? Why are you doing that? Because they didn't listen to you, correct or incorrect?
Oh, they ignored me. They ignored me.
And you were gaslit, correct? You came to them with a complaint, and they went, you're the problem because you're complaining.
They blame me for police misconduct. They blame you for police misconduct. Well, let me tell you something. And Susie, this is for you if you watch the video. They're
watching it right now. They're back there watching this fucker right now.
The First Amendment is live and well in Upper Yoder Township. You're going to learn. But hey, everybody, read the 3 pages of my August 24th, 2023 police report in Upper Yoder Township. Okay? Read those pages, then get back to me. Over and out. But hey.
All right, brother. Have a good night, buddy. Yep. So I'm going to finish up the live stream here. So you're probably cold. So Dave's going to go. I'm going to turn this mic off. Okay, that one's off. That one should still be on. Probably can't hear me because it was underneath my jacket. So I can promise you, everybody, I want this over with. I want it done with. I want to fuck off somewhere other than this fucking meeting every third Thursday of the month at 7 o'clock. I don't want to do this. Make it right. Have somebody call me. Have somebody email me. We'll set up a meeting face to face. Bring the paperwork. Bring the files with my name on it. I want to see them. Show me a little bit of cooperation. See, because that's what was happening for a few months. I was seeing a little bit of cooperation. And Bob Amistedi said to me last month, I really appreciate you being respectful. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I was doing that because I was seeing some cooperation. They were willing to speak with me. They were willing to talk to me. And I didn't get shit from Dave Rejo over the past month after I sent him some correspondence, which he asked for. I'm trying to settle the other lawsuit with the attorney from Pottsville, Sienna Law. As far as I'm concerned, my filing fees and an apology at a meeting. John, I'm sorry. That's all you have to say. I'm sorry I had you arrested. I violated your First Amendment rights. That's all you have to say. It doesn't do anything else other than make that go away. And $104. And that one's done business. Now, we still need to talk about all the bullshit about the chief, though. We need to talk about that. And the ongoing bullshit that I have to endure because I'm terrified that he's going to come and blow my brains out. And that's not some kind of weird, irrational thought. They've done it to me before. They've went out of their jurisdictions and held guns to my head. What's going to stop him? He hates me. He's proven that. His words might not say that, but he has proven that with his actions. So that's what I had to say tonight. I'm gonna walk home. I'm actually, maybe, you know what? Y'all can come with me on the walk home. Why not? It's kind of nice. Maybe one of them will run me the fuck over. You know? I actually like Chase the engineer. He doesn't really care. He's like, scream all you want. I don't care. I'm just here to give reports. You know, which is the, you know, oh, boo-hoo, I picked on somebody. You don't think when a police chief and their whole department picks on you, like, you can dish it out, but you can't take it. That's what that is. That's what all that is proof to me. You can dish it out, but you can't take it. Literally. Let's turn the camera on. You can't see me. Oh, didn't turn the camera around. There we go. So yeah, they can dish it out, but they can't take it. And you know what? Come on. What are you going to do? Go tell your mom? Oh, boo-hoo, John called me a bad name. Yeah. Well, you know what? You know, whatever. The level of disrespect I show them, indecency, whatever. Okay. They let their police department pick on me, and they don't care. They didn't care. They never cared. In fact, they condoned it. They condoned it, and they enabled it. They were like, yeah, pick on him. Fuck with him. He's going to have a body camera next month. He's going to do something. Yeah, we better have all the cops here. Let's arrest him. What do? They arrested me. They didn't cuff me, but they still absolutely charged me. I was arrested. And you know what? Maybe I should, and I could do this too. How about I sue Colton Polino, the former officer who no longer works here, who left your department because you people fucking suck? How about I arrest him? Or, I'm sorry, not arrest him. I can't arrest anybody, and I wouldn't. How about I sue him for him violating my First and Fourth Amendment rights, and for a First Amendment retaliation charge, and all the shit. Okay? Like, luckily for you people, I'm not that well versed in the law that I know how to do that, or I would. I just want you to treat me right, and I will treat you right. Okay? Regardless of your positions, you're all human beings. And I don't see why it's a problem for you to do the right thing. That's all. I do agree with County Detective Hitterleiter, though. Nothing gets done when people start treating people like shit. You think I care what they have to say? No, I don't. Unless it's I'm sorry. That's all I want to hear out of their fucking mouths. Is I'm sorry. Acknowledge what they did. And if they won't acknowledge what they did, like real human beings do, when you have tax dollars to back you up, I mean, you know, think about what it's like. You know, it's like if you've been picked on, like I've been picked on by them, worrying. That's why I left the live stream on. That's why I left the live stream on. I mean, I know it's just Dawn Wire on, so I don't think he's going to run me over. But you know what? What if the chief's off duty and he decides to, you know, come over here? You know, I always got to look over my shoulder. Why? Because I did the right thing. I held a bad cop accountable. And that's what I'm trying to do. So look, Upper Yoder Township Supervisors, if you're still watching, I hope you are. I hope you see every minute of this. Have somebody reach out to me this month. Or if not, I'm going to reach out to the federal courts, okay? That's where I'm at. Okay? So, to my viewers, I appreciate you watching. Thanks for stopping by. I'm sorry I'm in the dark here. If you like what you see, leave a comment. If you don't like what you see, fuck you. I don't care, but leave a comment. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah. I can't stand these meetings when I have to call them spicy. Please, everybody, resolve this with me this month. Okay? Please, have Attorney Rejo reach out to me. Okay? Again, appreciate you watching. Thanks for stopping by. Like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to my channel and shit. Thanks. Bye-bye.